When your xenon headlights start to dim, turn purple, or are just burnt out, it's hard to know what replacement product to go with. Luckily at BulbFacts, we've tested nearly every product including the Philips and OSRAM lines in order to determine what replacement you should go with and if spending a little bit more is worth the money. For our testing here, we used a 35 watt Morimoto XB ballast to keep things consistent across all of our tests. We validated the lumens, but more importantly, the peak lux and 3 unique OE projectors, all at 25 feet. To find out more about our testing, we provided a link in the description below, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested. We not only tested the major brands like Philips and OSRAM, but we also tested other popular premium brands like Morimoto, Xenon Depot, and a good amount from Amazon as well, just to see how they stack up. So you may tell yourself, I'll just get the original bulbs, like the ones from OSRAM that probably came in your car in the first place. Although these are very bright and they probably lasted you a while, there's better options that are either going to cost a little bit more from the same brand, or there's options from third-party companies, Amazon, things like that are going to be even brighter at less cost. And another benefit is the color temperature. So going with a different model, whether it's from an OSRAM, Philips, or another company, you can get a little bit different color. It changes the way you see at night, and it changes the look of your car. If you don't want that lower yellowish color temperature, you can get something a little bit whiter, or you can even get something a little bit more blue that you see in like the Mercedes and cars like that now. First up is the Nightbreaker Unlimited. Now this set comes in at about $130 compared to about $110 for your original bulbs, and keep in mind the prices that we're going to be mentioning in this video relate to the D2S size. If you're running a D1S, D3S, D4S, those prices might vary a little bit and they're probably going to be a little bit more, but just for consistency's sake, we're going to show you the cost for the D2S across the board. So the Nightbreaker Unlimiteds are going to give you about 5% more lumens, which is your total overall light, kind of ambient side-to-side lighting. You're going to get about 26% more peak lux in your low beams, so 26% more light in your main beams, and you're going to get about 7% more peak lux when you flip on your high beams. Now the color temperature on these is going to be about 4450 Kelvin. Stock is going to be 4300, 4350 Kelvin, so you're going to see about the same color as stock, about 2% more white, so a small bump in the color. Overall, the best upgrade if you want to stick with the major brands. So you might be asking yourself, what about the Nightbreaker lasers, the laser next gens that just came out last year? Well, these beat out the lasers actually marginally. Lasers are just a little bit less dim. The benefit to the lasers is the higher color temperature of about 4750 Kelvin. So a little bit whiter than these and a little bit whiter than stock, of course. But the lasers are going to run you about $130 or so compared to these, which are about $110. So if you're deciding between these and the lasers, go with these if you're wanting the brightest bulb possible, but go with the lasers if you want something that's really close but a little bit wider. And you can find a link to these down in the description below. The next product is also by OSRAM, and that's the Cool Blue Boost. It's tough to get such high remarks with the higher Kelvin bulb, but these guys nailed it. The CBBs have 4% less lumens, which is indicative of a higher color temperature bulb like this though. The peak brightness in the low beams or your main beams is going to be about 24% more than your stock bulbs, and about 5% more in your high beams, which is only 2% less than the Nightbreaker Unlimiteds that we just tested. So why would you want to go with the Cool Blue Boost over the Nightbreaker Unlimiteds or the lasers if those are brighter? These are very close, but the benefit to these is the higher color temperature of 5450 Kelvin. So with that color, you're going to get a nice pure white with a hint of blue. These are going to look more like you see in the newer Mercedes and higher luxury cars like the S-Class and things like that. Your stock color again is going to be about 4300 Kelvin, so you're jumping about 1000 Kelvin or more. You're not going to see any yellow. It's going to be a nice pure white, like I said, with a nice hint of blue. They're our best color recommendation at about $130. They're a great buy, a great brand you're getting from OSRAM. It's hard to find kits or models of this color temperature with this high brightness and also the name to back it up. We put a link in the description below where you can pick these up. Just be sure if you're looking to pick up a set from OSRAM or Philips that you get a genuine product. Use the link down below in the description, or links on our website are guaranteed to be from companies selling genuine products. A lot of the products that are sold online, over 80% of them are fakes. So we don't want you guys to get fake products. While the fake product may look the part, it definitely doesn't play the part. Now these ones from OSRAM and Philips and other premium brands are going to have rare earth salts. They're going to have precision alignment and quality quartz glass, making sure you get the most out of your product. as far as quality and longevity of the bulbs. Both Philips and OSRAM actually offer genuine validation, so go ahead and check their websites. I'll put links in the description below so you guys can check those out. They offer you to be able to check your product, so if you just purchased a product, you have it in hand, or you just ordered something, when you get it you can validate that on their websites. There's a few different ways, there's serial numbers and things like that. It's great to make sure that you get a genuine product after your purchase. Now onto the third-party premium and Amazon options. We purchased 5 of the most popular products from what we researched, and one stuck out far from the rest, and that's the GT Ultra Xenon. So they ranked about the same as OE in terms of lumens due to the higher color temperature. We'll get into that in a second, but an astonishing 31% brighter in the peak low beam lux and 10% brighter in your high beams. Our color meter rated them at about 5,000 Kelvin. They claim about 4,300 Kelvin, but we're okay with that. A 5,000 is going to be a nice pure white. That's right in the middle of yellow and blue, so they should be a perfect white. On top of all that, they're under $50 shipped, making them the best overall budget buy. You can check them out in the link in the description below. Now on to the Amazon options. We don't normally recommend buying bulbs from Amazon, especially OSRAM or Philips, but there are some great contenders and one that stood out in particular. Just keep in mind that Amazon bulbs won't be nearly as high quality as the major brands, but if you're on a strict budget, it could be a great upgrade option, at least get you by for a while. We went through 14 products total that we purchased from Amazon, and one stood out on top of the rest, and that's the ZRSJ. And you guys can see the ZRSJ. That's actually a label I put on there. It's an unmarked box. They just marked the color, and keep in mind we tested the 5,000 Kelvin color temperature from these. They offer some different colors. They ranked 5% more lumens and a crazy 37% more peak brightness in the low beams and a 4% more in the high beams. And these actually have the correct alignment tabs. Some of the brands and models from Amazon didn't have alignment tabs, which is really critical to HID bulbs. You want to have that beam in the right spot in that projector or reflector. They also didn't produce any flickering during our tests, both in our bench tests and burn-in testing. In terms of color temperature, they were a bit wider than OEM at 4650 Kelvin, a small bump if you want just a little bit wider bulb. These were the only product from Amazon that produced more high beam light than OEM. Every other product from Amazon that we tested was more dim in the high beams. Some of them were brighter in terms of the low beam brightness, the main beams, but these were crazy high in the low beams and had more light still in the high beams. At a cost of under $20 for these 2 bulbs, you really can't go wrong. Remember that you can use the link in the description below to jump right over to the recommended products page. We keep this page up to date as we test, so you'll always find the best products long after this video releases. Well, that's it. We hope this video was very helpful to you in selecting the best lighting product for your vehicle. Be sure to give it a like so you can refer back to the video later when you are ready to upgrade. And if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We don't release videos very often, but when we do, we want them to be valuable for you guys and worth your time. Thanks for watching, and until next time.